And I understand. Sorry, I just need to catch my breath. Because the fact that the fire happened, okay, it could have been like a child lit a match or anything silly like that, something so small, but it didn't have to end up like that. It really didn't. They didn't have any safety to stop it from happening. It could have just been in that one house or in that one room, but it wasn't. So I'm just really outraged, and I'm shaking right now because it could have literally, I don't know if you guys lived in any council estates or know anyone who does, but it could have been any one of us poor people who don't even have a chance, like children.
And I think, like a lot of people here, you know, I was crying on the morning that I saw those pictures, and I think that, you know, everybody just is so outraged about what's happened that the outrage and anger means that something has to be done.
Yeah, I'm here just because I'm completely horrified. How could something like this happen in one of the richest countries in the world, in one of the wealthiest cities in the world, in one of the wealthiest boroughs?
I wanted to come down today really just like Katie to express my grief and anger at what's been allowed to happen. I don't think it's acceptable or right for anyone to think that this was something that was just an accident. You don't have accidents like this. Accidents like this don't just happen, they are preventable. It takes time and money and collective resource. So if enough of us can stand up together collectively and keep at it, I believe that hopefully this should never have to happen again.
I'm here just to show solidarity with all the people who died, and just to show my rage that things like this can happen in London in the richest boroughs. So just can help just to press for change. So I don't want this thing to happen ever again.
To demand answers for what happened. We think it's awful what happened, and we are here to demand answers.
I think landlords need to be held accountable.
I just feel like what's happened at Grenfell Towers is the peak of austerity. It's the crescendo of austerity measures. It signifies the divide in society, and it's time for people to rise up and say that we don't want to live like this anymore. We don't want to live with the divisions in society.
Yeah, this is definitely affecting the poor, isn't it? It's a tower block for poor people that had this awful cladding put on it that has been flammable. You wouldn't see that on a luxury flat. So this is definitely something that's affecting the poor, and it's not for the rich.
Make no mistake, this is the latest murder by neoliberalism.
Personally, I think the government has let the residents down, and Kensington Council has let their residents down. There are regulations and safety regulations there for a reason, and time after time, residents said, "Oh, we don't have fire alarms, we don't have sprinklers, we're scared of a fire happening." There's only, I think, I don't know. I can't remember how many exits there were in the whole block, but I know that there weren't that many. And all of these questions, all of these issues that I'm saying right now were raised to the council many, many, many times.
Grenfell! Oh, sorry there. Sorry.
I've come to the protest today because what's happened in Kensington is absolutely abominable. And I think it's terrible that it had to wait this long for people to die when there was already questioning about the fire safety of the tower. So it just strikes me the whole thing's about corporate greed over people's safety. And I'm here just to protest today and voice my support for the people who live, who've died as a result, and for the people that have survived and lost loved ones.
Really proud to live in this city and just devastated what's happened, and enough is enough. We have to mobilise, we have to speak out.
Personally, I just don't understand that how in the richest borough in the UK this has happened. Like, all these cuts that have been happened, like, how do you not have a sprinkler system? Like Kalena said, you don't have any sprinklers, you don't have fire alarms. What is this? It's the 21st century, like, come on. High-rise buildings like this, like, no one cares about us. Normal people like us, they don't care. Especially in, like, Kensington and Chelsea, as a borough. It's ridiculous. Innocent people are dying, and the government just don't seem to give a shit, basically. Like, they don't have to. It's just wrong. It's really wrong.
The people, all of the action that's happened has happened because people have got together, charities have got together. Theresa May goes and she can't even be bothered to meet residents, and I think it's absolutely disgraceful because her cuts mean cuts to the fire services, mean that people live in like absolute abject poverty in those tower blocks. Labour tried to pass like an amendment trying to make houses fit for human habitation. The Tory party voted down. I don't get how in, like the fifth richest country in the world, people don't have sprinkler systems. People are living in, I heard a resident call it like pigeonholes. I think it's absolutely disgraceful that people are living in such terrible conditions, and as you said, in the richest borough in Britain.
Huh?
This isn't very good, is it? Being overtaken by the police.
Over the course of the last 10-15 years, the Fire Brigade Union and firefighters generally have been denigrated and insulted by various members of the government. And yet still, after they've had their pensions cut, their terms and conditions worsened, the number of fire appliances declining and reducing, they still put a tremendous amount of effort in at Grenfell Tower without being asked and not expecting to be called heroes, just doing a normal day's work, what they do every day when they go to work. I've been on strike twice with while I was in the fire brigade, and each time the government, the Labour government and the Tory government derided us as the enemies within, saying that we were putting people's lives at risk. Now, when I was on strike, nobody died, but while the firefighters who were on duty and the government were in power, up to maybe 100 people died. I've come today because I've been a member of the FBU, the Fire Brigade Union, for 30 years, and I've experienced fires not like the Grenfell fire, but fires similar to that, and comrades and colleagues of mine were there on the night. I think the main reason I've come has been a slow process over the years of the denigration, the insulting, the running down. Mind your back, mate. The running down of working class people, their facilities, and their standing in the community. And I think the fire is the pinnacle of that mindset amongst vast groups of people.
Thought I'd stay here, honey. Just not